I was asked today this very question, and I get asked this question a lot. What happens though, Helen, if your ideal clients or when your ideal clients aren't on LinkedIn or don't use LinkedIn? What do you do then? How does your stuff work then? How can I have a LinkedIn strategy if my ideal clients aren't even on there? What is the point? Now, number one question is always this: are you sure your ideal clients aren't on LinkedIn? I'm not saying they don't use it, but are you sure they are not on it? So I got asked today, not today, I got asked last week this very question, and they said that they work with in the agricultural sector, and they said farmers do not use LinkedIn. So I went to my phone like this, I searched for farmers, and I filtered by people. And in my audience, which is obviously different, we've got 232,000 results of people who identify as or have farmer in. In fact, I put farmers. If I put farmer, we've got 557,000 results. That's just in my audience. So that's the first thing. If you believe your ideal client, let's say teacher, nurse, somebody who's on maternity leave, somebody who's a farmer, somebody who's, you just don't think uses LinkedIn, double check first and go and see, are those people on LinkedIn? Yes, but what do I do if they don't use LinkedIn, Helen? I hear all the time. Well, I'm going to tell you what I would advise and what I did advise and what I advise for you guys. So when your ideal client, and if you can tell me, right, my ideal client isn't on LinkedIn, or if they are, they don't use it at all. So how can I get to and connect with these people? The answer is always we look for influencers over them. And I don't just mean TikTok stars. I mean, who has those people in their world? Who has your ideal clients in their world? So if, for example, mums, people say like mums aren't on LinkedIn. Well, obviously mums are on LinkedIn, but you can't target mums on LinkedIn. But what about the people in the parenting niche who have all of those mums in their worlds, right? So if you can connect with, engage with, and talk to those influencers about your product or service for their audience, you're going to create all of these opportunities. And in fact, yes, you can use LinkedIn to directly connect with mums because there's a great proportion of people who are mums. And if you build your audience of 30,000 connections and you put out great content aimed at mums, there's a good chance you're going to get inbound leads because people are going to send people to you. People are going to put their hand up and say, yeah, I'm a mum and I really want to buy your products or service. But let's look at how can we work with the influencers over them, the people who have influence over these people. So in this instance, Google is your friend, right? So what I recommend that you do is you go to LinkedIn and you do I'm obsessed with LinkedIn. You go to Google and you run multiple searches using your niche keyword. So let's use parenting as an example. Let's say you sell a baby product. Yep. Right. So you go parenting, that's your keyword, plus, and then fill in the blank with one of these parenting magazines, parenting influencers, and then you can put platforms. So parenting influencers on TikTok, parenting influencers on Instagram, parenting influencers on Pinterest. I ran out of social media platforms then. So parenting magazines, parenting events, parenting organizations, parenting associations, parenting influencers, and hopefully this is starting to make sense. But who run the parenting awards, parenting websites, parenting exhibitions, professional services that focus on the parenting sector, parenting products, parenting celebrities, right? You see what I did there. And you can change whatever your niche might be. So for my friend who was talking about farmers, agricultural, so your keyword is agricultural magazines, agricultural events, agricultural organizations, associations, influencers, etc., etc., etc. Do your research, right? This is what it's all about. So when we go to LinkedIn, we don't just go to LinkedIn. We can go to LinkedIn in a strategic way. So if you spend 20 to 30 minutes doing some research and writing down some of these companies, events, awards, magazines, all of this stuff, the influencers, write them all down, then go to LinkedIn. So go to LinkedIn and search and say, so for example, I don't even know if I've got my LinkedIn open. Let's see if I can, so I might be able to show you. Hold on. Oh, my mouse is being a pain today. So parenting is a good example. Oh, let me see if I can do this. Oh, no, I can't. So if I had a baby a baby product, I'd want to be engaging with and talking to these people. So I didn't even write journalists. Journalists is another really, really good one to look at. Let me see if I've got LinkedIn open anywhere. Hold on, should do in my line of work. Let's have a look. Oh, that's me. It's not working. Let's see if I can do it. I would be going and looking for example, Mother and Baby magazine, right? So Mother and Baby magazine is an organization. I think it's still going. It might not be. It's been a while since I had a baby, obviously. I would go to that actual company on LinkedIn. I would follow the company, and then I would go and look at who works at that company, basically. So I would go and look at who works here, and I'd look at some of these people. I'd ask them to connect. When you're looking at a company and looking at people to connect and engage with, I always go with the people that are going to be the most active on LinkedIn. So they are normally sales, marketing, HR, maybe the senior leadership team, and ask to connect with those people and start to build up an audience of influencers over your niche. So again, Baby Products of the Year awards, it's probably a thing. Yeah, so search for it, find out what it is, what the company's called that runs it, go and find that person, that company on LinkedIn, follow the company name, and go and look at the people that were there and ask to connect with those people. I was going to give you a demonstration, but I can't, but you get the gist of it. So again, influencers, mummy bloggers, who are the top 10 mummy bloggers? They're probably all on LinkedIn as business owners. Who's in the top 100 mummy bloggers? Maybe the top 10 might be difficult to engage with, but go and find people who are writing books about parenting or talking about parenting, or celebrities in the parenting niche, who creates the parenting, the awards and the events and the organizations and the magazines and the forums and, Mumsnet, for example. I mean, my babies are like 15 and 17, and I still read the Mumsnet. Am I being unreasonable forum, right? So it's to find your ideal client. If they're not on, or they feel like they don't use LinkedIn, then there's always a way to reach those people and have influence over them. I had a client once who they sold timeshares in canal boats, narrow boats, I think they're called, not barges, right? So they started a timeshare business where you sort of booked out a couple of weeks in a boat. And I say, how are we going to find these people? Well, it's going to be it is niche, right, to find people who want to get a timeshare, but not if you are looking for and engaging with the people who run the magazines and the organizations, the associations, people who do the insurance, the people who build the boats, paint the boats, fit out the boats. Those are the people that have people in their audiences, in their networks, who have influence over the people that you also want to have influence with, which then means that you can look at things like doing joint ventures. If you send your stuff out to them, can they send their stuff out to you, and all of that good stuff. So there's always ways to use LinkedIn to generate awareness and exposure for your products. And one thing I didn't write in the scrolling banner there is journalists. So going and finding the journalists in your niche. So you just write your niche sector, and then you go and look for those journalists, connect with them. They're business people, they're professional people. Get to know them, engage with their stuff, make them feel good, let them see who you are and what you do. And it's a good chance that when they've got an article to write about the thing that they're an expert in, and you have potentially already built that relationship, they're much more likely to come to you than to somebody they've never met or never seen before. So someone's asked about music artists. So you want to connect with music artists who you might believe aren't really on LinkedIn. They're too busy being cool over on Instagram or TikTok. Well, I would first of all, I would go and check on LinkedIn. So let's actually go and do it now. I can't show you on the screen because I can't work it. But if I search for singer, so if I search for singer, filter by people, so there's 419,000 when I search for singer, and that's just one kind of person. So yeah, for example, Laura Stubbs, actor and singer, currently taking bookings. Siobhan McDermott, freelance singer. Nicole Barber Lane, actress and singer. Warrington, I asked to connect with her. I live in Warrington. Jazz Kerr, composer of songs, music. Lee Day, professional singer. Dave Cochran, singer, actor and comedian. Stefan Lizzie. These are all music artists, right? So then so you can find them pretty easy, right? But who has influence over those people? So who creates the magazine? So for example, NME, I'm showing my age. Is that a thing? I know Smash Hits isn't a thing anymore, but I think NME might still be a thing. So who works at NME? Who's the editor? Who are the journalists? Who's the marketing people? Who are the interns? Like, connect with those people. Who runs the big music events? So for example, we've got Simon Moran local to us. So, you know, all the people that work at Simon Moran and all the artists, got all the people that work in the industry who might, you know, have influence. The awards, I mean, it's just never ending really in a lot of ways, but I want you to just think a little bit differently about who's got influence over your people and how can I search using LinkedIn and Google to find out who these people are. So if I used to, when I worked in employer branding and we had an agency doing that, I would always search for the top 10 companies to work for in a specific town. And then I'd go and find the company, follow the company, connect with the people that work at the company, share their stuff, you know, talk about their stuff, help them when they were looking for people and all that kind of stuff. Because I knew that if they had a need to help with recruitment and with employer branding and recruitment using Facebook ads, when I started putting my content out, I knew there'd be great clients because they're great people to work for, probably looking to do different things, and that I would be in their periphery. I didn't just only work with, I just go after every single HR director. That's kind of one part of LinkedIn marketing. The other is a bit more strategic, what we call in the mastermind, the gold list. So having, finding the people who've got influence. And this came in the mastermind today. I was asked, you know, I need to get in front of mums. Who do I need to connect with and who do I need to go after? And I just wrote this list pretty much out of like, go and look at who, you know, look at people who work at these companies, what companies are in these niches, who works there, find them, follow them, engage with them, put out great content, comment on their stuff, get to know them, let them get to know you. And when they are looking to buy, or the people that are under their influence, if you like, are looking to buy or looking for recommendations, then they're much more likely to speak to you and want to reach out to you because they'll feel like they know you, which is all good. So Holly, will I get put in jail for adding my 10 people and searching all these peeps? No, you don't get put in jail for searching. You're going to get put in jail for adding too many people. You can get banned for a short time. But searching, as long as you're not going crazy and adding everybody, but doing searches and checking and making sure that your belief that your ideal client isn't on LinkedIn, you can do that, as far as I know, unlimited. So hopefully that's useful. And hopefully when people ask me this question, my mouse isn't working today, I'll be able to send them to this video. Right, that's me done for the day, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I've got it upside down, that's why.